You've already built the backbone of your decision process with the three-step framework. Now it's time to strengthen it with the one ingredient that can elevate or completely derail your judgment: data. This lesson is about separating signal from noise, understanding when numbers sharpen decisions and when they distort them. Data can expose truths no intuition will ever catch, but it can also seduce you into false confidence if you treat it carelessly. We're stripping away the buzzwords and getting to the kind of intelligence that actually shifts outcomes. Let's turn data into an asset you control, not a trap you fall into. We're living through a data revolution that's changed everything. 20 years ago, sophisticated analytics required enterprise budgets and data science teams. Today, solo entrepreneurs have tools that Fortune 500 companies couldn't access in the 2000s. Google Analytics, Stripe reporting, email metrics, social insights, you're swimming in data. Here's the double-edged sword. Data can reveal invisible patterns and competitive advantages, but most entrepreneurs are drowning in metrics while starving for insights. The challenge isn't accessing data anymore. It's knowing which data matters and how to extract decisions from it. That's what we're solving today. Some decisions belong to data, not intuition. Repetitive operational choices, pricing variations, inventory levels, staffing schedules, these have patterns that data reveals beautifully. Marketing channel testing is pure data territory. Which channels convert, which messages resonate, which audiences engage. Product development gets dramatically better when you track actual usage patterns instead of assuming what users want. Even hiring improves with assessment data, validating your gut impressions. The pattern? Anytime you're dealing with repetitive scenarios where historical patterns predict future outcomes, let data drive. Pattern recognition is where data crushes human intuition every time. But data isn't always the answer. Novel situations with no historical reference have no useful patterns. Your Series A funding round doesn't benefit from analyzing your friend's bootstrapped companies. Correlation without causation misleads constantly. Ice cream sales correlate with drownings, but banning ice cream won't save swimmers. Lagging indicators tell you what already happened, while missing what's happening right now. Small sample sizes generate noise, not signal. 3 customers churning isn't a trend. Finally, when metrics become targets, people game them instead of serving the underlying goal. This is Goodhart's law. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. Instead of tracking everything, focus on vital metrics. V is value. What actually drives customer willingness to pay? Not your effort, but their perceived outcome. I is input. What resources, time, money, attention are you consuming? T is throughput. How efficiently do you convert inputs to outputs? This is your operational leverage. A is acquisition. What's your customer growth engine? And what does each customer cost? L is lifetime. How long do customers stay? And what do they spend over their relationship? These 5 categories cover everything that matters. If a metric doesn't fit vital, question whether it's worth tracking. Here's where most entrepreneurs cripple themselves. They over-index on lagging indicators. Revenue and profit are lagging. They report what already happened. By the time revenue drops, you're seeing the result of problems that started months ago. Leading indicators predict what's coming. Sales pipeline, customer engagement scores, trial conversion rates, support ticket trends. These give you early warning and time to course correct before lagging indicators show damage. Build dashboards that let you see around corners, not just track where you've been. Leading indicators turn you from reactive to proactive. That's the competitive advantage right there. Data decisions have a nasty trap. There's always one more analysis you could run. Perfect data doesn't exist in entrepreneurship ever. Set decision deadlines that are independent of data gathering. Decide by Friday whether you have perfect data or not. Before collecting any data, ask yourself, what would actually change my mind? If you're gathering metrics that won't influence your choice, stop wasting time. Remember, data supplements judgment. It doesn't replace it. Research shows that deciding with 70% confidence and adjusting as you learn beats waiting for 100% certainty and missing the opportunity window completely. Start simple, sophisticate only when necessary. Spreadsheets work brilliantly before you need fancy BI tools. Don't over-engineer. Track only metrics that inform actual decisions. Every data point you collect costs time to maintain and review. Automate data collection wherever possible, because manual tracking fails consistently and eats your focus. Weekly review rhythms beat real-time dashboard obsession. Checking metrics hourly doesn't make them improve faster. Use dashboards for monitoring overall health, but do deep dives when making specific decisions. Simple systems executed consistently beat sophisticated systems used sporadically. 5 accurate metrics you trust beat 50 sketchy ones you don't. Garbage in, garbage out applies universally. Bad data generates confidently wrong conclusions, which is worse than no data. Always validate data sources before trusting the conclusions they suggest. Run manual spot checks periodically, even on automated systems, because automation errors compound silently over time. Think of it this way. Clean data is like a precision instrument. More data is just more instruments. You'd rather have one accurate thermometer than 100 broken ones. Quality and reliability matter infinitely more than volume and variety. When stakes allow, test instead of debating. A/B testing settles arguments about pricing, messaging, design, and features definitively. Always document your hypothesis before running tests. What do you expect and why? Statistical significance matters. Don't call winners after 12 visitors. Failed tests are valuable because they prevent you from betting big on losing strategies. Building a culture where testing beats guessing, curiosity beats ego. The entrepreneurs who systematically test their assumptions develop conviction rooted in evidence, not hope. Testing compounds. Each experiment informs the next, accelerating your learning curve dramatically. Use data for repetitive decisions where patterns exist and testable scenarios. Focus on vital metrics that actually drive business value. Value, input, throughput, acquisition, lifetime. Leading indicators predict the future. Lagging indicators just report the past. Quality and actionability matter infinitely more than quantity and comprehensiveness. Build simple systems first, sophisticate only when simple no longer serves. Next up, we're flipping the script entirely. When should you trust your entrepreneurial instinct instead of data? How do you develop reliable pattern recognition? And when does gut feel actually beat analysis? Get ready to integrate both modes into something more powerful than either alone.